Hello everyone, it is Mike Levin on June 4th, 2022, Saturday, really early. I'm getting ready to do a run over to the storage facility with my move, and I've only got 4 weekends left before I need to be out of here. And normally I'm with my kid on the weekends. I'm not going to be with my kid this weekend or next weekend. But hopefully maybe the weekends after, and I am going to make sure they are clear, that the packing is not going to interfere with any final hurrahs. So on my last video, I started packing the books that I like to keep out and the science toys, but not enough of a window to get any of that stuff in. So now I'm packing up I guess it's kind of a trophy display case that we got because my kids showed interest in having such a thing in their lives. And we have it packed with everything from, their artwork to their science projects here, and stuff from my childhood growing up, that Ivory, this wonderful pendulum toy inspired by my father-in-law, who has a larger version, ex-father-in-law, who has such a larger version of such a thing. Oh, these silver things, I'll do a video just on those at some point. More silver, Booker T. Washington memorial coins, chosen and purchased by Addie when we were living at Irby at one of their craft things that they had. And boy, his invitation to wizarding school, basically, for their 11th birthday. And these 3D printed cats that were a large part of their life. Ocarina. This was bought at the Lego store at Disneyland from our Disneyland trip last year, and trophies that they won, and robots, the early robots that I was getting them involved in, and more Ivory. This kind of stuff is probably not legal to buy these days. Hopefully it's legal to own, but these monkeys with the ivory balls, that was carved from one solid piece of ivory. And it's nested balls. I don't know how many in, but the level of craft, and now, of course, the rarity of such things. And so I knew there was a reason I kept that bubble paper. So we'll be packing this up in a combination of this plastic cat litter box for the sake of irony, and another clear box I have. And I've got various, here's my Haggadahs for Passover, and I've got various soft things here. What I talk about nested, here's my nested soft baskets for this. So now that I've given you the sort of walkthrough, I mount the camera on my makeshift iPhone camera mount using hair bands and a GoPro Hero 5 mounting clip. Let's adjust that so you can kind of see most things. Can I show you the boxes and the display case? Boy, video likes to be zoomed back. I guess that's kind of nice. It gets all the shelves. I just got to get the box a little higher. That'll get the gist of it, won't it? I think so. So to get the box higher, we will use a stool. Here's a stool. Let's get some of the expensive things out of the way. This is not in order of meaning, because these things mean less to me than the stuff that follows. However, when you've got ivory monkeys and an ivory monkey ball, you wrap it in bubble paper and you put it in hard plastic quickly. Similarly, we got this, I hope this doesn't have any ramifications with how this stuff dries off, but this odd yoga mat that's not used anymore, and a pair of scissors. I'll use some plastic to make sure that the drying up of this material does not have a negative impact on the ivory, because you got to be careful about what you touch against the surface of such material. For anyone not familiar, you might know the word ivory. Ivory actually comes from elephant tusks. And my dad was an import manager for textile. He was a quality assurance engineer. My dad was a QA engineer. My most hated people in life were QA engineers, and my dad was one for textiles. Well, I guess it's not quite as bad for being a QA engineer for Commodore, who kept the Amiga from ever really moving into the future, because part of QA was reverse compatibility, was, you know, sacrificing the future on the altar of the past. So that was not just with the Amiga computer, that was just an overall trend at Commodore. Make sure it's tall enough. Yep, that'll do. Other stories about Commodore's quality assurance people pestering things into, you know, being neither fish nor fowl is the Commodore 128, the original heir apparent to the Commodore 64, which, for the sake of reverse compatibility, and I guess things that are just as precious, right? So you got those two things, which were from my childhood, that were stuff my dad brought back that has no real emotional meaning to me. In fact, if anything, it has negative emotional meaning, right? Ivory, I don't really want to own ivory, but I am neither going to give it away to family, nor sell it, nor you know, put it in deep storage forever. So I keep it. But this, the Rainbow Coalition, or, you know, LGBT symbol in Legos, officially supported by Lego. Can you believe that? Lego is some of the good guys who line up behind diversity, of which I spoke in previous days. Diversity keeps us strong. And you know, I'm always struggling to find my Passover Haggadahs, so those will go in here too. Strong associations. You do linking. You link things together in your mind. The ivory, that rainbow logo, and the Haggadahs, and the Wild West City Seek and Find Seeker book. You know, I was talking about Strange Pennsylvania. I think this actually is in New Jersey. There's this wacky, you know, place that celebrates guns and gun culture. I didn't realize how badly, but I brought my family there and we enjoyed it. We had a day of shows and stuff, but it turned out to be a little bit bizarre along those lines. So let's put the 3D cats in here too, right? I just want to fill this up with things that are not subject to breaking. So everything that's plastic, toy-like, and not able to be broken, we backfill. Mr. and Mrs. Dragon. This ain't so easily broken. I owned this for ages. Bought off of one of those, you know, Amazon knockoffs. It might have been Ooh La La or something from my billionaire not friend growing up, nemesis. But I owned this for a few years before I realized I could just Google the combination. It had to be out there, and this is a symbol from, it was either Angels and Demons, or what was the other big Dan Brown book? Oh, there's two of them. I always think Angels and Demons because of the ambigrams from my teacher, but he had another really famous, the Da Vinci Code, right? This is the Da Vinci Code puzzle. And there were a couple of rings in there, very symbolic. And the code was I love you, I-L-O-V-E-U. Opened, and those rings are now in our lives. Years later, lessons on many levels, not easily broken, good candidate for filling that box. Or does she end? While we were living at Irby, another one of those fair type things that they had on the dock, the waterfront of the New York Harbor, was activities, and Addie made this sand sculpture. That goes in there too. The things that don't easily break. Oh, here's one. Oh my God. Wow. This, despite how awful that case is, was my dad's true prized possession in his life. And I have resisted getting the modern version of this for vlogging, although everyone else has. Everyone has the Canon EO. I have the original Canon AE1 camera. It was my dad's prized possession. He was very much into photography and pictures and capturing the moments of his life. So I have made sure to keep that over the years. More so as a symbol and an icon and a remembrance and a memento and a keepsake than an actual camera. But that totally belongs with the Ivory Geisha. Oh my God. And I'm not going to be using many of these plastic boxes. It's just going to be for things that really call for it. So when I see one, just like these, just like these door flame boxes that have the most precious books inside for irony, the cat litter box is going to have the most precious of those in there. And just so you know what that sound is, it is Ivory having fun with the cricket keeper. Ivory like the cricket keeper? Ivory like the crickets? Ivory like the cricket keeper. Ivory like the crickets. So we shall continue with the packing. Stuff that won't break easy. A big glass apple. It's broken on the stem. This is actually a crystal apple, significant for various reasons. The original plan was actually to keep it by the bedside. In addition to being an interesting decoration, if someone breaks in, it's always, boom, something you can walk up behind an intruder and give them a good whack on the head with. So the double use. But into the box it goes. Ah, the good old days. The good old days of the New York City Maker Faire. Help me. I'm encased in carbonite. That was from my wife Nat, who made some soap and chose that as her toy to embed. Fun, fun, fun. Not easily broken, but of a similar precious, significant meaning. My kid's first artwork at Scribbles. The matter that matters most. Scribbles daycare, I guess. Daycare, it was kind of a daycare. It was kind of a pre-K after school program. And as a, soon to be homeschooler, we were signing the kid up for anything we could to get them socialized and doing the artworks. So that pretty much fills this up, and it's good choices. Good choices. I'll put this in, another similar strategy. Tchotchke and good weapon in when you need it. And this was purchased in Puerto Rico. It's Taíno artwork. My kid has a little bit of Taíno, Native American. I guess that's not technically Native American, Native Puerto Rican and that area in them. And that's nice. That'll go in. That fits in very nice. I do have a few nooks and crannies. I'll carry on until there are no more nooks and crannies. The keys. This is not the ones I got from Disney World in one of my trips to Disney World growing up with my family. But I remembered it clearly in my life. And when I saw it in the gift store at Disneyland after the Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean, what have you, it's the keys that the dog is holding. Oh, I gotta show you my cat. Boy, it's adorable. Adorable kitty. Adorable kitty and the crickets. I should just do a whole video of that. That's the real action here, not what I'm doing. But, I decided to have that in our lives because we have been through that ride several times. My kid doesn't remember, but they've been to Disney World, they've been to Disneyland twice. Oh, they've been to Disney World twice. They've been to Disneyland twice. That's 4 total times. But the only ones in their recallable memory was the 2 recent ones to Disneyland in California. The first time for VidCon 2018, and the second time in 2020 21 in an attempt to get to VidCon, but it was canceled, so I kept the tickets, and we ended up making mostly a Disneyland vacation out of it, because in 2018 it was cut short. The flash to go with my dad's camera. Do I even bother to open it? Yeah. Your database indexing life as you go. Everything you do is part of kind of a database index in your mind. So the fact that I take it out and look at it instead of just throwing the thing in there, maybe some of these things are a violation of the 80-20 rule. However, it creates a better database index in your mind. So, you know, there's a balance. It is still technically, I feel, I'm abiding by the 80-20 rule. And one of the best, most precious in need of a box like this thing, yes, Addie's Dance Studio trophy. And that will top this off. What more do you need when you put your kid's trophy in? 80-20 friggin' rule, gotta use it, it's a tool. Reducing clutter that we pack into our lives that hold us back. Oh yeah, good stuff, important box. And that wraps it up for this video. The rest is gonna be a quick pass, maybe one more box like this, because I've got stuff like this to go in there, another kind of artwork sculpture by my kid, and precious to me. And so one more kitty litter box for that type of stuff. And then the rest of it's going to go into the clear box and those soft containers, so that in the clear box it's not just loose and rattling around. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining the Airy kitty. We hope to see you again soon. Hey Airy, may I let you say hi to the folks? Say hi to the nice folks. Hi. Okay, you can go back to your crickets. And I hope to see you again soon. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button if you like this. This is real reality TV, right? And I'll be trying to get to some live casts. Maybe I'll get a live cast or two. I'm really determined to teach you Linux, to be the go-to person for Linux. And even though I mix everything into my channel here together, the dirty channel, just put everything in, live cast, professional stuff, pontificating, everything goes in here. But what I'll do is I'll make selective sequences of it. Not much editing of the video, but I'll use my blog slice and dice system that lines up pages in a row with forward back arrows and give you prescribed experiences for following along with my move and my forced life changes, and how you can get onto Linux, Python, Vim, and Git and have your assets in your life being internal ones where no one can ever take them away from you. And even if the place gets nuked from orbit, there is no taking away all the most important things. The matter that matters most are living things and the information inside of them. So thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.